Alright, hey, what's up YouTube? This is RC Car Addict, and I apologize profusely for the audio in the video you're about to see. I was holding the radio like this, trying to keep my hand up high, and I had this GoPro under my pinky, trying to hold it down, and I have a bad habit of letting this wheel just go to center and then catching it in the center. You can imagine how that clicks, right? If the camera's right there. So sorry, not going to do that anymore. Next time it will not be sounding like that, and I'll find a better way for the camera. I have like a chest mount and a head mount, and I can put it off the bill of a hat or something. I just left a lot of stuff at home, and I'm not at home right now, and I'm not going home tomorrow or the next day, so I couldn't just go grab it real quick. Alright, on to the video. Hey, what's up YouTube? This is RC Car Addict. Here with some ESCs out because I recently got a little greedy. Tried to overgear the EMAXX to get some more speed out of it. Got it too hot, fried something. Initially thought it was the motor. Swapped the motor out, wasn't that. Tried a new receiver, wasn't that. The radio is the same one I use for every model, wasn't that. Next step, the ESC. So, first off, tried this one off eBay. It's an OC Day 120 amp. Waterproof brushless ESC. Uses this program card. You can choose the low voltage cutoff, disabled 2.7, 2.9, or 3.1. I'm not sure why you can go down to 2.7 and 2.9. That seems dumb. Start mode, medium, soft, and strong. Max brake force, 25, 50, 75, or 100. Max reverse force, same thing. And a neutral range. That's it. There's not a lot to it. And I remember with this one, it was either the brake or the reverse force. One of those, it wouldn't let you choose 100. You go to 100, hit program, and it blinks back to 75. So, whatever. But the BEC on this guy must have been really weak also, because my steering servos were garbage off of this. They were so slow, so weak. And then the throttle itself also had a big delay in it. Overall, it was just not a fun time even driving the truck at all with this speed control. Should have known better. But it looks just like a racerstar, and I got a racerstar 60 amp over here in this amp. We got the same racerstar 60 amp in a Senton Mega 4x4 at home. They both work really good. I mean, they're nothing exceptional. They use the same program card, not a lot of options, but they get the job done. I mean, they do what they need to do. They don't have a delay in the throttle, plenty of power for the steering servos, so I figured it'll at least get me by. Not a chance. So I got this 8 scale 120 amp waterproof ESC, and on the website it tells you that this is the program box for it, but on the card it just says for 80 120 amp ESC, turbo ESC. This is not the turbo, this is just a regular 120 amp waterproof. Plugged it in. I got this whopper of a 3S battery right here just to test it, and the weird thing is, so it does work. Turn it on, press any key, and it'll come up and say Trackstar 8th waterproof. So it recognizes what this is. Then your options are auto battery type, auto detect or nickel. So we'll go to auto detect. Operation mode, forward reverse or forward only. So I assume brake is just a given because it doesn't say it on either one. And then you have the option of initial brake. So you can't do initial brake 0, and you can't set the initial brake as drag brake, but there is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I'm just going to go to 10. And then drag brake, there's off, 4, 8, 12, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll turn that off. Now motor timing, there's normal and high and low. Acceleration, there's low, medium and high. Forward limit, I put it at 0 because I'm assuming it's not like how much you allow it to have. I assume it's how much you limit, because it only goes by 10s up to 90. You can't get to 100, so I assume that's limiting 90, letting you have 10. So I'm going to leave that at 0 and not limit it at all. Reverse limit, it lets you get to 100%. So does that mean it's letting you have 100 and it's backwards from setting forward limit, or can you turn reverse off completely by setting it at 100. I don't know. I'm going to put it at 80 because I like to have a lot of reverse, and that way I'll know if I have a lot of reverse, it's letting 80 through. If I don't have much, it's letting 20 through. Drive frequency, 8 and 16 kilohertz. I'll leave it at 8 because I don't really know which one I want to set it anyways. Deadband, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, I'm going to leave it at 4, the default. Reverse rotation, you can go normal and reverse for the motor. Restore defaults, no. And then it goes back to the top. So the menu options definitely follow what ESC you have, because on the turbo ESC, there's a bunch more options, obviously, with the boost timing and the turbo delay and the timing RPM and stuff like that. So whatever ESC you have, it loads the menu for that ESC, which is pretty cool. About the ESC a little bit, you do have to cut that tab off to be able to shove it in here. That's what was making me think this was not going to work. But you shave the tab, and then it goes right in. It's got a much longer lead to the receiver too than that ESC, which will help me out in EMAXX because it's kind of a far run and it's got to go up and into the waterproof receiver box and everything. It is substantially heavier than this one. This fan has nothing protecting it. This one really doesn't either, but it does have that pretty, I mean, it's thin, but it's pretty damn rigid, that bar across the top to stop something from hitting the fan. This one had just this little switch to turn it on and off like the Traxxas VXL ESC does. This one actually has this waterproof switch with a program button, because this one you didn't even have to calibrate the throttle. It automatically did it, which is cool, but it seems kind of goofy that almost every other ESC I've ever used, you have to calibrate it. Same thing with the RacerStar, though. You don't calibrate the throttle. It does it on its own. 4mm bullets for the motor. 10 gauge wiring with the XT60. This one had 4mm bullets, but 12 gauge with the Deans. Other than that, it's just substantially heavier, bigger footprint, taller, much chunkier heatsink. So anyways, we'll get this in the truck tomorrow before I go to work. We'll hit the field, and hopefully this thing solves all the problems, and I can get back to driving my EMAXX, because I've been driving my brother-in-law's Stampede 4x4, and it's making me miss having the monster truck. So we better get it going. I'll see you tomorrow. Alright, I found myself a little place to run out here. Got the truck. The ESC's mounted. The zip tie is just for extra security. It's mounted on double-sided tape pretty good, but in case it comes loose, can't really go anywhere. Two 5400 milliamp 50C packs. I did drive it a little earlier just to test it, and I wanted to make sure I had it calibrated. It does work much better than the speed control that was in it. I'm still not 100% happy, and I'll show you why in a minute. This isn't really an issue, but watch how long it takes to initialize. Seems like a long wait. The good news is my steering's back. Before it was like, I mean, I'd turn it, I'd let off, and it would center itself like that far. And it turned probably that fast. Not anymore. I only have two hands, and I have to do the throttle, steering, and the camera, so I don't really know how this is going to work. But, let's see. It's a handful, that's for sure. Let's see if I can get it to do it, though. The one problem I did have is if you're going slow, okay, so it will cog, but there is no real low speed. I ease into it as little as possible, and then it goes. That's like the minimum speed I can get it. Definitely not good for crawling. But every once in a while, if it's rolling, now I can't show you, and you see, I'm trying not to move my finger and it's doing that. But what it was doing earlier is I'd go, hit the brake just about, come around a corner, and it was still rolling, and when I hit the throttle, instead of cogging, it was almost like it wanted to turn the motor the other way, and the truck would jerk to a stop and then take off. Now I can't get it to do it. These MGT tires boom like crazy. This thing cooks though. I definitely don't have the finesse to hold the camera and try to hit this jump, so I'm going to see if I can put the camera back here and hit it a few times. I kind of want to just fucking hit that thing full speed and see what happens. Oh. Let's give that another shot. Well, I landed it, but then I just ran right into the bush. So, might need to stiffen the suspension up a little bit so it doesn't dive right into the dirt like that. Star. Ooh. Good thing this truck's pretty tough. Well, that's a low voltage cutoff. Let's see how hot everything is. I didn't bring the thermometer, but I'll just go by a feel. It's pretty hot, but I think the fact that I can keep my fingers on it for that long at first. not bad. The ESC though, putting my fingers right on the heatsink, nothing. And I'm guessing that red solid and green blinking is LVC. Damn, this motor's hot. I think I'm gonna go back to my 6-pole 2650 though. I liked the feeling of the truck better before, and I have a feeling that the Turnigy Trackstar can't be any crappier than the hobbyking 120 amp. So maybe it's just the motor, because the other motor was probably a little better. All right, so there you have it. The Turnigy Trackstar 80 amp waterproof ESC does the job. It's pretty damn good. If I put the other motor in and it takes care of all the problems, I'll let you know. Check the link for the description on the giveaway. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'll see you later.